AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. Zion Williamson, who, let's be honest, that's the #1 pick. That is a bust. Up until this point, we got to be honest, that's a bust. John Morant
say that again.
Zion Williamson so far in his NBA career has been a bust.
Wow.
No diddy. No diddy. Because we know how that word can be misconstrued with Mr. Zion Williamson himself.
Wow. You can't just say that without having no type of, you have to explain.
How many times have they made the playoffs? What has he done in the league? He doesn't average 10 rebounds a game. They're not a top 4 seed in the conference. We've seen how many people, Luka Doncic, Joker's up there. Hold on a second. SGA and Ant-Man currently have their teams in the top 3 in the Western Conference. What is Zion doing? You cannot tell me that SGA and Ant-Man are more talented than Zion Williamson.
Wow.
And the Pelicans are fully loaded. Fully loaded. If the only thing they're missing, that's an 8 seed with him not even trying. Even trying.
I'm sipping tea. Go ahead.
If Zion Williamson really tried and wasn't really trying off the court the way that he does, we're talking about a top. Yo, they were the top 2 team a year and a half ago when they first started off. Let's get this clear. The Pelicans are. Shout out to our guy, Grand Theft Alvarado from Brooklyn. Nobody talks about him. A true New York point guard.
Yes,
he makes his way on that court. CJ McCollum. There's a bunch of guys on there. Damn, I'm forgetting all their names now. Herb Jones, who I covered Herb Jones.
Yes.
That's the guy. They got him standing in the corner all game long. That's all he's doing.
So
that's really all he's doing.
All right, let me respond to that, because that was just major news to me. I've never heard nobody say right now Zion is a bust. Can I ask you this? Let me play devil's advocate. Are the Pelicans not progressing and digressing because how good the West have gotten? James Harden James Harden to the Clippers, Kevin Durant in Phoenix, the ascending of Ant-Man, SGA. Hold on, Kyrie going to Denver. You telling me that has nothing to do with the Pelicans going like that?
There's the one thing that I always talk about, and anyone who knows me knows.
Wow.
Michael Jordan ain't nothing without Jerry Krause. Let's get this clear.
So
LeBron James went to Miami, got linked up with Pat Riley. You got look with how the Knicks turned around with that front office. What Dave Griffin is doing with New Orleans is nothing to be looked down upon. He has a great GM over there. There is no excuse.
So hold on.
Everything written for him.
So what about, does Brandon Ingram, does he get any flack? Does he get any blame? We can't just blame Zion. Hold on. They say Brandon Ingram is baby KD, 6'10", put the ball on the floor, get his own shot, post up, mid-range. He got it all. Where are we at with Brandon Ingram? Because we can't just say Zion is a bust when he's playing with a potential superstar. Where does Brandon Ingram weigh in on this?
And Brandon Ingram is a #2 pick. I just don't feel like Brandon Ingram. I don't see the lack of effort from him. He's smooth sailing to me. I think to be honest, I said this last year. They disagree with me, but I like when Zion and Brandon Ingram are on, no Diddy, they go crazy. I love that match when they're on the court together and they're on full throttle and they got it going. I love it. But remember, Brandon Ingram is usually hurt. I don't think Ingram is hurt out of a lack of effort. It doesn't feel that way. And he's tough. You can't just step to Brandon Ingram and say whatever you want. You can't do whatever you want. Maybe physically you could because he's too light, but I don't see as far as a competitive side.
He don't back down. Yeah, he don't back. What you're saying, this is why I asked that. Big shout out to everybody in the building. This is why I asked that.
Oh, hold on, boy. All 300 people in the building.
Let's go. Let's go. Big shout out to all 300 of y'all. And if I could, I'd shout all y'all out name by name. But let me ask you this. The Pelicans, right? Look at their core. Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. You got the point guard CJ McCollum. You got a decent bench. You got a decent coach. I love the city. Like I said, big shout out to New Orleans. I'm always down there. I got family down there. Love them. Shouldn't the Pelicans be just as good or in the same conversation, the same boat as the OKC, the Minnesota, the Sacramento, right? Because when you look at those rosters, you telling me if we put De'Aaron Fox, SGA, Ant-Man, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram is in that top 5. De'Aaron Fox might be the worst player out of that whole clique. If we going by talent.
But you just made another point.
Right.
John Morant, who's the number 2 pick to Zion. When that draft was going, when I don't watch college ball, and when I saw that footage of John Morant, I said, we need that guy.
A lot of people said he should have been a number 1 pick. I agree to that.
I don't know nothing about nothing, but I know if I'm a Knicks fan, that's the guy I wanted. And then let's be clear, ever since then, John Morant has gotten better. He, of course, the last year and a half he's been going through whatever it is. It is what it is. But up until that point, John Morant has been a better shooter, got to the basket way better, and he's a better passer than Zion Williamson. He just showed the effort. That leap that he made a year and a half ago when they made the 2 seed was major, even though the team, another great team, another guy who shouldn't have any excuse, but he didn't make excuses. And he put the team on his back. Let's not forget about that. And let's get to that. John Morant wears that Grizzlies when LeBron threw the windmill dunk. He's like, man, get off me, man.
Yeah.
Talk about competitive. Another guy was competitive. So again, I don't see, you just mentioned all these names, SGA, Ant-Man, De'Aaron Fox. Even De'Aaron Fox is more competitive than Zion.
Right. Well, go ahead. Well, I named all those guys. Sorry to cut you off. I named all those guys because if we go in talent, it's no way in the world the Pelicans should be underachieving like that. Like I said, if you break down the rosters, Sacramento was always in the mix. You telling me Sacramento got that better of a roster than the New Orleans Pelicans? So, wow, Bus is a lot. Only reason why I'm going to say it's a lot because he's playing with a number 2 pick. So I'm asking you, let's do the pie. You got 4 slices. Give me the percentages of the Pelicans or why they right now are just a bad basketball team.
Why they're a playing team? Why is it that LeBron James is 40 years old? He's dying on that damn court. I call him a third option because he's really not his choice. It's age, it's father time that's really Zion has a choice to be the number one guy, and you got your team in the playing like this. He deserves half of that damn pizza pie that he been eating.
Hold on. So Zion gets 50% of the blame.
1000%. Bro,
and break down the other 50. Hold on, break down the other 50. I just want to hear it.
I want to make it more. I just don't see what else can everybody else do. This guy needs to. He's
wow.
You think? Listen,
just give him 100%, man. 100% Zion.
Dog, this is
go there. No.
Okay,
go there.
Let's 100,000%.
Thank you.
He's eating the entire Domino's pizza pie. Your boy Zion. Please, no
pun intended. No pun intended. He's eating the whole slice.
What other guy have we seen in the league that deserves that kind of blame? When Julius Randle was in New York, for all you guys that know, we're fans with New York Knicks fans. When Julius Randle was here and we see him going crazy, and we go, okay, you're no NBA guy, but we don't appreciate that. You ain't no damn number 1 guy doing that, right? Then Brunson gets here, we see how a number 1 should act. Zion does not carry himself this way, and what's worse to me, like I mentioned, he has the whole table set for him, bro. No pun intended. No pun intended.
So before we jump back to the Lakers, and then we're gonna talk about tonight's game with Steph Curry and the Warriors against Fox, Sabonis, and the Kings. What do you think needs to happen in New Orleans? Just right now, put your GM hat on. You're a smart brother. You're my real brother. Put your GM hat on. We know they're not winning the championship. You, Fabian PerspecTV, AllBall TV, GM of the Pelicans. What do you do?
If I'm not mistaken, the contract is a dope contract.
It ain't too bad
with Zion because it might go up, but nothing is guaranteed because of the games that he misses, stuff like that. So again, big props to Dave Griffin. If I'm a Pelicans fan, I'm not mad at all. It's a tradable contract now because he has the upside to trade him, and you can loop a team into this. Maybe the Portland Trailblazers or the Detroit Pistons, whoever has draft picks, or even the Lakers. Right? You can trade them if you want to, but I think they're in a great position. You might have to make a decision on looking for a real number 1 because he's not reliable. That again, I spoke to Dom earlier this week. Shout out to Dom Dropper, baby.
Oh, big shout out to Dom Dropper. Big shout out to Flea, the family.
The family. Everyone keeps saying the best ability is availability, and that is not true. We got to replace that with the best ability is reliability. If you're available, that's great. But if I can't rely on you, what the hell is your purpose? You're gonna piss me off. And that's what Zion would do for me if I'm a Pelicans fan. He does it. I'm not even a Pelicans fan. It's just you hate to see, especially when you get older, you see it and you go, damn, you squandering that much potential, bro. So if I'm the Pelicans, I'm going for, damn, if you might have to trade, look to trade either Brandon Ingram or Zion to get a real number one out there. Who's the number one guy available? We might flirt with Giannis at this point.
I mean, for
even
me,
hold on. You know who's available and nobody talks about? That would be crazy with them.
Who?
Donovan Mitchell.
Wow.
He would be nuts with the Pelicans.
Wow. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, I just feel, you know, I'm the Pelicans. You got to remember, Boston never gave up on Tatum and Brown, right? And I was always big on, listen, if they don't win a championship, they get everything they need. You got to break them up. It's very difficult for me to see two players break up like that with that much talent. Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. But me being a GM right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm trading Zion Williamson no matter what happens in the playoffs. I know they're not winning the championship. I'm not going to say bust, but it's close to the whole Pelicans organization being a bust. I must put it like that. I'm not going to put it all on Zion. But he has been disappointing. He has been. I'm a big Zion fan. Like I said, man, I've never seen nothing like that. People, when he was in high school and when he went to Duke, nobody thought he would amount to this. Like, people just thought he could dunk. No, listen.
I gotta disagree with that.
No, listen. A lot of people, that's why they were saying take Ja Morant first.
No. Ja Morant, see, that's the opposite. I thought nobody even heard of Ja Morant until that final year, Murray.
No. A lot of people knew about Ja Morant. But my point I'm trying to make is Zion, the Pelicans, New Orleans is not for him. If I'm the Pelicans, I'll move on from Zion Williamson. I make Brandon Ingram my number one because for me, you can't teach 6'10" with that skill set. That's baby Kevin Durant. Simple and plain. You can't teach that. So for me, I would move Zion and I would build around Brandon Ingram. And I think with certain players, once they have that mindset and they know that's their team, Brandon Ingram should be able to, if he can stay healthy, Brandon Ingram can average 30. He can average 30.
The perfect place for him, for Zion Williamson, because I'm thinking of.
I know the perfect place.
Before you go, this is the player I'm thinking of that similar power forward, went to a new team, humbled. Chris Webber went through this in the early 2000s, and he went from Golden State,
Golden State to the Wizards.
He went to the Wizards, and when he went to Sacramento, he was depressed, didn't want to be there. But all of a sudden, he got on the court. He was like, "Wait a minute, I'm in Sacramento. It's a great city, I've heard, by the way, but it's not LA. It's not DC, Chocolate City. It's not Oakland. Now you fall away from everything. Maybe Zion needs to be away from, because New Orleans is it's not big, but from what I understand, that's your family's out there.
Yeah. New Orleans it's a lot, and it's very small, right? But you got to remember, New Orleans is a football city. It's a football town, you know? So they not in love with basketball. But I'm going to give you a sleeper. I would love him on our Knicks. I'm being honest with you. But I'm going to give you a sleeper. If I'm Zion, I'm trying to get over to Golden State.
I was going to say that.
Listen, everybody has fun playing with Steph Curry. Everybody has fun. And like I said, man, that guy will have fun. You got Draymond over there to hold him down, to teach him the ropes, be a mentor, so to speak. But I would love to see Zion in Golden State. Lord have mercy. And I think that's a sleeper that nobody talks about.
Remember, the Andrew Wiggins for that one. How do you feel about this? Do you see it being a potential Andrew Wiggins situation where it's like, all right, we turned you around for one season and we got to flip you and trade you? Or do you see it being, no, we need you under the Steph Curry tutelage, leadership, and we want you to be the new franchise player?
I think that right there. You got to remember, Golden State now is used to success. even if it's not winning championships, is being relevant. And I think people can say whatever they want about Zion, he's still gonna fill the seats. Listen, that young man people will pay just to see that young man on a fast break. He could be terrible the whole game, but you get him on a fast break and he do that 360 windmill, that $100 you pay for your ticket to jump up and down and go crazy is worth it. So I think you keep him there to stay under that tutelage, let Curry, you know what I mean, deal with him, take care of him, show him the ropes. And I honestly think he could be the best player on the not a championship team, but I think he could be the best player and lead a franchise because once again, it's not only championships, it's business. And that's the part of the game we all tend to forget about. You still got to fill the seats. You still got to have somebody that people want to go see, buy his jerseys. The kids be like him. When they see him, the kids go crazy. Listen, man, he still has that aura, that cachet. So for me, I think Pelicans, the New Orleans, is too small of a city for him. It's almost like a big fish in a little tank. Listen, man, and he doesn't seem happy. I'm not giving him no excuse. But how long I've been saying this, Fabe? He's not happy. And now with these players, with all this power, listen, you let them go where they want to go, and then you see what happens. So for me, if I'm New Orleans, I'm trading Zion Williamson. Now, if he wants to stay and he's going to, stay in shape, do the right thing, have the right mentality, the right mindset, then okay, that's a discussion. But I'm pretty sure if him and Griffin had a talk and nobody was around, I think he would tell him, hey, I want to be traded. I'm not happy here. I want to be in a big... Imagine Zion in the bigger city. Just think about that. Remember, once again, he's in a football city. He's in a football town. They're not going to get... You just imagine him in New York, LA. Like I said, Golden State, where those are... Listen, where it's basketball or die. Man, listen, are you kidding me? So, yeah, I'm disappointed, because a lot of people was high on the Pelicans, but like I said, man, they just can't get it right from the coaching to injuries to just the problems with Zion up and down, So yeah, man, I think it's time to let him go and build around Brandon Ingram.
I think it'll be tough to figure out who do you trade him for. Like that's why Milwaukee makes sense when you trade him for the flirting with Dame or Giannis. Really, with Oakland with the Warriors, it's tough. Draymond, who you gonna trade him for?
Hold on, stay there. Dame Lillard still upset with Portland. How they split up him and his guy. Ooh, Dame Lillard in New Orleans, backcourt again. Him and CJ with Brandon Ingram. But you got to remember, these guys, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying these guys got to understand, like I said, with the power, these guys is vetoing trades. Now, I'm not going there. But like I said, I think a guy like Dame Lillard, that would be perfect for him. It's no pressure. It's no pressure. Right now, you see what's happening with the Bucks with Dame in them. That pressure. Yeah, we got to win a chip. And look, these guys are underachieving. I understand they're the third seed, but if we going off of what we know Dame time to be, listen, man, I think what you just said, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. Zion for Dame, you match up Zion with Giannis.
For me, that the Eastern Conference Central Division, you got Milwaukee, Cleveland, Chicago, all thirsty for another superstar. Giannis is there. I get it. And another team with the guy who you think the NBA is boosting right now,
Indiana.
The Indiana Pacers with Zion and a guy like Halliburton is insane. I think that's the guy that they need.
Yeah,
that's the point guard that he needs to play with, pushing the ball up. I think that would be insane.
Ooh, I agree.
He's the guy that Halliburton, you talk about, man, maybe we looking at Gary Payton to Sean Kemp and, Lob City and the Clippers.
No, that's exactly what we're looking at. That would be the reincarnation of GP to Sean Kemp. For sure. For sure. Wow, listen, you got to put that in the air. Indiana, give up whatever you got to give up. Bring Zion, you match him up with Halliburton because Halliburton is a pass first point guard. Lord have mercy.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.